everybody. This is MamaCita with Classy Gamer Gals, and you have entered the Gals Room. All right. Okay, there she is. There's Miss HalosSiren.
Hi, how
Um,
are you?
hey, girl. What's up, girl? You just in the nick of time, girl.
Awesome.
Yes, 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 yes.
Great. And
Uh,
I had to finish dinner and then other stuff.
Oh, we feel you. We look. We understand. We understand the challenges of life and then the challenges of trying to put together a podcast. But you know what? I'm really feeling this all-female podcast tonight, ladies. And
Yes.
I truly thank you. Let me just say thank you for joining me. And I know everybody has like the schedules, and so we're gonna kind of just stick to our topics and try our best to anyway, so everybody can do whatever they have to do. But first of all, let me just everybody just introduce yourselves first and foremost. And I'm just gonna go ahead and start with you, Red.
All right. Forgive me if I had a city life in the background, but because I'm on the go. But yeah, this is RedInfamy. Hopefully, you guys know me from various things, whether it's reporting on video games as a gaming and tech journalist. You may know me from the Weapon Wheel podcast, and yeah, I'm just so happy to be around some really dope ladies to discuss some gaming topics. So can't wait to get into them.
All right.
All right.
Okay. All right. So let's say, come on, let's go, Miss Halo Siren.
I am
Uh
Siren.
oh. Okay, we'll go ahead with you, Miss Tech Fancy, while she work things out.
Hey everybody, this is Miss TechNotFancy. You guys could check me out on YouTube, Miss TechNotFancy. Just look it up, and yeah, I'm glad to be here. I'm actually honored to, be a part of this live podcast. So thank you.
All right. Well, we're glad to have you on, girlfriend. All right, Miss KandiLand, what you got, girl?
Hey, this KandiLand at KandiLand or Candy_Land 2001 on Twitter.
All right. And last but certainly not least, Miss Halo Siren, are you with us yet?
I think so. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You sound kind of soft, but I can hear you.
She in the Pokemon gym right now. That's why.
Girl,
In this, so yeah, I'm working it out. But I'm Halo Siren. I play video games mostly. I stream. I go to events, and try to hang out with people and get to know people. And very excited to be here. I have never attended a podcast like this before, but
Yay!
yeah, it goes.
okay. All right. So, wait a minute. Tell me what's going on with you in Overwatch, girl, and the leaderboards. What's up with that? What's going on with you?
Oh man, I just play Overwatch for fun, but I keep climbing, so I'm just, trying to make it up there.
Yeah. I mean, you're hitting like what? Are you hitting the nationwide leaderboards?
Yeah, well, I think it's worldwide, but Xbox Live for like everyone. I don't
Oh,
know
Oh,
that's
if
wow.
what's up.
it's for across North America to Europe,
You
but
gotta teach me some stuff.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah, I've been playing I think Lucio has been my favorite character so far with that one.
oh,
But
awesome. Playing.
yeah. But we're gonna have to hook up sometimes, girl. You gotta show us the ropes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, all right. Well, look, let's go straight into why we're here. Okay, now I wanted to put together the podcast because I wanted us to discuss some of the issues that we as women and we as black women that we deal with. And one of the issues, or let's just say one of the topics, online gaming. Okay, the struggle is real for too many females when it comes to online gaming, okay? and I want you ladies to be as honest and as open as you possibly can, okay? um, as you possibly can with some of your experiences. And I'm going to start with you, Red. If you can just tell me, like, what's one of the worst scenarios that you've been subjected to in with online gaming?
I always have some scenario with online gaming. I would say I'm gonna take it back, way back, when I first started playing online, period. I used to play online on a computer and stuff
Uh-huh.
like that with Counter-Strike, but back then, no, I didn't have a mic or anything like that. That was a very long time ago. But the first time on console going online was on Xbox 360 and to play Call of Duty 4. And I was happy. I'm like, yeah, I'm on Xbox Live. I'm play online against other people and stuff because I love Call of Duty. And the first interaction I had, I was called a bitch, a
Oh my
nigger,
goodness.
all kind of stuff like that. Like and this
Oh.
person was, of course, was on my team. It's like, and that was the
Wow.
first interaction I had with console online gaming was that. So other than that, I just violate people. I troll them back.
Mm-hmm.
I make them quit. I think when it comes to online gaming, because I had a discussion with another fellow gamer, and she's a woman, and she actually develops and program games, of course, too. She was just saying how she doesn't like reveal that she's a woman, or she doesn't put her mic on, so
Mm-hmm.
she doesn't go through anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I was telling her, I was like, to me, that you're adding to the problem, and the reason why is no matter what, you always should represent, of course, who you are. Like you
Mm-hmm.
can't take it off. You could change it if you want to nowadays. But anyway, but like you can't you can't like defy the fact that you are a woman that play video games, and you should be proud of it. And anybody that has anything against it, just like I say, violate them. I make people leave lobbies. If you want to troll me, I'm gonna troll you back. Like I just
Mm-hmm.
have a thick skin because I just grew up around boys as a little girl anyway. But that's my
Mm-hmm.
thing. I think women should just have a thicker skin and stop feeling like they're the damsel in distress online. Like, get over
Mm-hmm.
it and fight back.
Okay. What about you, Miss Tech Fancy? What you got to say about that one?
Well, I had some good experience, but I did have a lot of bad experience. Definitely, I've been called, nigga, Shaquana, all those stereotypes. You know what I mean? And I think
Mm-hmm.
some of I think the men that do like, definitely like white males. I think they might would be. I think they would be confused looking at me since I'm really light. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But I'm saying when you're playing online, they don't see you. You know what I'm saying? So they
Right.
don't hear my
Right.
voice. So I got, but I don't let that get to me because since I'm like a computer science major, and mostly in my classroom are white males, Asian males. So I'm not really like I'm kind of like used to like it doesn't phase me. You see what I'm saying? So I just
Mm-hmm.
like like I bark back. One thing they don't know, I bite harder than I bark. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't like I just I don't let it get to me. But
That's
like
a
it is
quote.
what
I
it
gotta
is.
use that.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna be.
Look,
I'm
I'm
being dead
already writing
serious.
it down.
And I'm saying I'm being dead serious because I've been picked on my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Being light skinned and like green eyes. I had to like, you know what I'm saying? Like my
Yeah.
mother raised me that people gonna pick on you and you have to fight back. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I always
Right.
had that thick layer of skin, so it didn't ever bother me. I just found it so funny how they're trying to come at me, but my comeback game is always strong. So
Okay.
it doesn't bother me, but but as of late, I've been having good experience playing online. A lot of the men that I do play online with, they'd be surprised how good I am in certain games. So, I just, men definitely like, men who are not like of color, that whole stereotype about black women, they need to get that out their minds. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's all I gotta say. But yeah, but like, I just
Well,
hold my
well, you know
own.
what? We're gonna spend some time talking about those stereotypes, and I'm so glad you mentioned it. But Miss Halo Siren, I want
Yes.
you to jump on in here. Jump on in here. Can you share with us, perhaps maybe what's been one of the worst scenarios that you've been subjected to gaming online?
Oh my gosh. I would have to say playing Halo. Halo is a very male dominated game, number one.
Mhm.
And when it comes to like, I was good at it, so oftentimes after a game, I'll get all, trolled messages calling me a bitch. Now I've never gotten called a nigga before. That's
Mm-hmm.
usually boys, maybe. I don't know. I've been
Okay.
told because of the way that I speak that, I can't be black. I mean, I don't really understand that part. You can see a picture of me tell me that I can't be black. Okay, but whatever. Um,
Okay.
I have been called exotic. I don't know why. Black women are agnostic, but that's I thought that
Well, that's not a bad thing. I don't think that's a bad thing though, is it?
not bad, but yeah, just mostly the bitches, constantly
Mm-hmm.
being a bitch, just because I beat you, kind of thing. It's not discouraging, and it does make me clap back a lot. And I've my husband kind of
Mm-hmm.
keep a temper on me. He tells me to chill and calm down, but I do go 0 to 100 real quick when I'm playing. So yeah,
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. And what about you, Candyland?
Oh yeah. Just about all of those things I've heard. I'm telling you, I've been called all sorts of names. I know one particular time, I think I was playing what is that darn game called? I can't even think about it. I can't even think of it. But anyway, because I'm playing Watch Dogs now, so I got that all
Okay.
on the brain.
Okay.
But I was playing this game and I could hear the guy talking or whatever, and he was just like going in, and my kids were like around, and I was like, I kind of spoke for the first time. I was like, can you kind of bring that down a little bit, because I do
Mm-hmm.
have kids in the room or whatever. Oh, he went in. He was calling me nigga. He was calling me bitch. I'm like, oh no, I gotta shut this game down.
Oh
'Cause
yeah. Yeah.
I don't have to deal with this. Oh no, I'm just shutting it down, pushing him out. I'm off this game. I'll restart and start the game
Okay.
without him on it.
Okay. Well, it. I'm listening to you ladies, and it's when I look at my own experiences, I haven't experienced quite the blatant name calling, the N word and the bitch and all that. But what I've experienced, I've had, when you go online and they say, they want to know what you look like and all that. And then I had a guy messaged me on Twitter. I guess he followed me on Xbox Live, and then he sent me, we followed each other on Twitter, and then he sent me new photos of himself.
Oh my goodness.
oh yeah,
Uh, yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
god.
yeah. He sent me some
This is
new
why I don't like
photos.
using Snapchat.
Now, now, I'm like, okay, wait a minute. So that was the first time I actually had to block somebody. But I will say this: when I first started gaming online, I avoided online like multiplayer and co-op like the plague. And one of the questions I'm about to ask, and you ladies can kind of follow up, was there ever a time you purposely avoided a game because it required co-op or multiplayer? And for me, it was definitely yes. I avoided it because I felt like, as a female gamer, I felt like I had to. I had to be held at a certain standard. If I come into a game and it took me a minute to figure out like what's going on, what I'm supposed to do, if I'm not on point, if I'm not making headshots, if I'm not out front and I'm part of the team and I'm making the points and I just felt intimidated. And I will say that now I wanted to stick up for myself and all that, but I have to admit, I was just a little bit intimidated by multiplayer because it was such a male dominating community. And as a female, I know sometimes we're looked upon as not as, we don't play as well, or there's a particular standard that we must have when it comes to video gaming, and so I was intimidated by that. But it sounds like that you ladies, for the most part, I mean, you kind of had that kind of like that fight from the beginning. And I tell you, I had to kind of grow into that. I think I'm there now, but I wasn't there, let's say, a couple of years ago. So that's pretty good. But was there ever a time, though, you purposely avoided a game, online game, because it required co-op or just multiplayer and just not playing? Like I think one of you said, there was a young lady who just didn't play at all. I think you said that, Red. I mean, have you
Yeah,
ever?
you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
My bad, I'm in the subway now. Nah, I guess because I've always been competitive and played sports and stuff like that. I always heard trash talking, always been somebody against me or didn't believe in me. So I kind of actually like it because I'm just able to show and prove And I play to have fun. I don't play for anybody to care about how I play. I play to have fun. And if you don't like the way I'm playing, if I'm taking L's, whatever, So I try to, I guess, live in the moment of it and bounce it right off of me. I've always kind of been like that.
Okay. Well, your train is moving, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. What about Miss Halo Siren?
Yes. I would say I didn't really avoid it. I kind of used it as motivation, but there's a lot of discrimination off in competitive gaming, especially when it comes to females. A lot of people, a lot of guys won't even play with you as like a pickup chance if you're a girl. So I did avoid like actually revealing that I was female until after I played with them for a while. Mainly to avoid the discrimination factor. Um, it worked out, and then sometimes, they were a little butthurt about it, but
But what is that? What is that though about some guys? If a female beats them, why do they feel like that takes away from their masculinity?
I think it hurts their pride like a lot
Yes.
to find out that a
And their
female
ego.
owned them off in the game that they play all the time.
But it is. I mean, is that because? I mean, and I don't want to. I don't guess because we're going to have this topic a little later too. I mean, is it because we aren't expected to be as good as they are? Do you think that's why their pride is hurt?
Exactly. They expect us to, not know what we're doing, not be knowledgeable about the game that we're playing. Um, I don't. I mean, they expect us to be the stereotype, typical dumb blonde when it comes to video games, and a lot of us aren't because we're as good as them, we're better than them, and it really hurts sometimes when they find out that you're after you played with them and beat them so many times.
Yeah. I mean, and we all know that there are guys out there. So I don't sound like we're just dumping on the guys or anything, because this isn't a guy dump fest, okay? Because we know there are some great guys out there that actually, that game with us. I mean, I've met a few myself, and I know we all play, we all have. We all have those experiences, and so. But I just want to, because being a female gamer, we do experience so much, the guys, the pickups and some of the harassment. So I just kind of wanted us to kind of pinpoint some of those things that we go through. Now, let me ask you this, Kandi. What are some of the things that you think that we couldn't do as a female gamer, and we want to, we're online. I mean, what are some of the things that you would recommend we do to kind of help to kind of bring that constant harassment down if we want to play online?
I think it was Red that said it best. I mean, to not hide from the fact that you're a female, and the more of us that present that we are females, or whatever, the more they'll get used to us playing. I mean, it's just that simple.
Yeah, yeah. And I guess there are like security fees, like you say, just block too if it comes
If it
to
gets
that.
that bad, yeah.
I mean, if it gets that bad, because some things can be really, really, really bad. Some things
Yeah.
can be. Yeah. Okay. Well, on a lighter note, ladies, this is on a lighter note with this dealing with online gaming. Can anyone want to share with me the most elaborate gift that you've been offered by someone online? I mean, let's say free codes, games, trips.
Really?
Oh, really? Oh, really?
Boy, where have I been?
Give me like free trips, like, through the gaming community, or like, I can understand. 'Cause
no,
I
like-
some free trips, but not from like, I didn't meet no dudes from like,
No, I mean like free trips, like willing to pay your transportation to certain destinations, free trips.
What? Oh no, I don't go in car with strangers now.
But this is this is one scenario that happened to me. I had a gentleman sent me, he's like, I'm gonna send you this code for some DLC. I was like, I mean, I'm not into just asking or accepting stuff. But he said, I'll send you a code. And I'm like, okay, well, you'll send me a code. Well, I go in and put the code in. Why the code didn't work?
Oh no.
I'm like, I'm like, you gonna send me a code? You gonna send me a code? It don't even work. It's you. You send me a used code.
That's
I was like,
terrible.
come on, God, come on. All right, so nobody has been offered like any type of gifts or anything by
Oh,
anybody like online.
no,
None of that.
I think I must be playing with some cheap fellow gamers or something. Anybody offer me nothing. And but when they see me, it might be a different story. No, it's fine.
Yeah.
They see me.
Offer a lot of live codes to me, but I keep years like on hold, like on the side, so I never actually accept them.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't normally do that, but I'm like, okay, it was for a DLC, and we were, it was cool, but I'm like, but it didn't work. Code didn't work, so
do
like,
do you
oh,
count gifts as lives been given to you from like Candy Crush? I mean, is that considered a gift?
well, I suppose we can consider that a gift.
I mean, it's something in the pad of pocket.
Oh well, yeah, I guess we can. But there are ladies, right, that do take advantage of that thirst that some of these guys have, right? I mean, we know that does happen. Yeah. Yes.
I mean, in the gaming community or not, men, do certain things like that. Think they could, thinking that they could get lucky, but it's like I don't know. Like it's guys that offer me stuff. Like actually, I got free like food and stuff before, while I was like out and about. But
Mhm.
Yeah.
I've actually had people come in my stream and ask me to show them my chest, and they'll put a donation on my stream. I'm
oh
like,
my, that's
See,
thirsty.
Really?
That's thirsty. I mean, you got certain websites you can see that for free. I'm just saying, like they just super thirsty for that. I mean, like come on, bro.
well, yeah. I mean, I've had people say to me, MamaCita, why don't you just, you can go on Twitch and you go on camera. You're attractive woman. You go on camera, girl. You have all kinds of subs and likes and donations. And I'm like, I don't want to do that though. That's not me, first of all. Okay. And I just choose not to go that route. I understand that there are those that want to do that, but I would prefer, my gaming knowledge and skills and to, earn my gaming credibility and persona, whatever it is that I have with what I say and, and how I portray myself, and I just choose to do that as positively as I can possibly. And I'm not knocking anybody else's house if that's what you want to do, but
Yeah.
I just don't choose to go that route. So,
no, it's
and,
already so hard being a female competitor to be able to, just get into the scene. So I try to be respectable. I also demand that from my male counterparts, and I try just my best when I'm playing the game. I'm hoping to be able to gain integrity over time, but
yeah.
it's hard when there's other people doing the exact opposite of that.
Exactly. It does make it hard. It does. And Red did say she's going to pop out. She's on the train and she's going to lose signal and then she'll pop back in. So I don't know if you noticed that she wasn't with us at the moment, so she will be back. All right. Well, let's. Well, you know what? I thought about something though. We're talking about before I move on to our next topic. I wanted to. When I was talking about like one of the worst pickup lines that you may have heard, if anybody has heard anything online, but one of the ones that I would say was just kind of funny for me, is when like guys will send you game invites to a game that you don't own, and I'm like, or play.
That happens all the time with me.
I'm like,
I don't have that game. Like, I'm not playing that. Like, that's what I don't want to play. Why are you like in my DMs?
yeah. And
Oh my God.
I'm like, don't you look at my achievements or my trophies and see I don't even have that game. You invite me in a game invite. Oh yeah, I am on a game.
They
And
want
then
to
I
talk to
had,
you.
yeah, yes, and it's the ones that'll say they'll be like, I'm just chilling in the party, waiting for you to join me, mommy. And I'm like,
Oh
send me a
wow.
party invite. I'm like, I don't even know you. I don't even talk to you. And created a party and invite me and send me a message. You're just waiting on me to come in on the party. I'm like, come on, God, come on now, come on, no, no. That's not happening. But I just think that's just so funny. And this is kind of like the lighthearted part that I think that
Mhm.
happens that we kind of deal with. So let's talk about why why are black women the least represented in gaming? And then we kind of move into a more serious tone, of
Mhm.
course. And I often feel like there are times that, as a black woman, that I appear invisible to society. And I don't claim to speak for every black female, of course, but sometimes I feel like our voices aren't heard or they're just plain ignored. Like issues that affect women are usually viewpoints from my Caucasian friends, and racial issues are formed from the focus of the black male's point of view. So, we're members of two underrepresented groups. So sometimes it's kind of hard to figure out where do we fit in. And I often wonder, is this why we just don't see a lot of black women protagonists in our gaming? Is it I mean, do publishers, developers feel like, we just don't represent, they don't know where we fit in, in society, so they just don't know how to portray us? I mean, I don't know. And these are questions that I have and I'm posing to you ladies as well as to those that are in our chat room. And we have a few people that are in the chat room, and thank you for joining us in the chat room. But Ms. HalosSiren, you want to kind of comment or kind of give us any ideas or your opinion?
I would say, me as a black girl, when I first started gaming, I was a little intimidated of the gaming scene because you didn't see a lot of colored, portrayals of heroines in the games, or there weren't that many players that I knew that were black female. I was very awesome to know that there are some out there, so I love you, ladies. And it's just it was hard at first for me. I like everybody that I met, like literally, it was like 0% color when it came to when I was meeting people. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and the cosplayers, they have a hard time because a lot of the characters in games are not colored. So when they do dress up as them, they're considered racist for dressing up as a character that they like to play in a game. Um, and so they back up off of doing that and try to portray different characters from other scenarios, which doesn't. I don't feel like they should have to. I mean, if you're dressing up
Mm-hmm.
as a character in the game, then you're a character in the game, and it shouldn't matter what color you are.
Okay. All right, Miss Tech Fancy, what say you?
Um, well, this is how I take it since, well, I really don't understand why we're underrepresented. I don't know because of society. I don't know if, can you guys hear me?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you. Uh-huh.
Like, it's just like, I really just say maybe since we're not represented like in society like that, I think that's why we're not represented in gaming. And I get this not just like in the gaming community, since I am a computer science student and I'm going to that field. I don't see a lot of women of color in my field.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy how while I'm in my classes, I don't see a lot of black women, and while I'm gaming,
Yeah.
I don't see a lot of black women. So I go through this like on a daily basis. You know what I mean? And that's why I just wish. I mean, maybe we should just encourage, just say women who who do game, like women of color who do game that are like undercover, don't want nobody to know that they're female. Maybe we
Right.
should help them. Like, hey, it's okay. Like, just let it be known that you are a black woman gaming, and we got your back type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like this, the strong sisterhood. You know what I'm saying? So, but I always had that question. That's a question that never been answered to me. Like, why is not a lot of, like, black female role models in the gaming community? Like, most of them I see on Twitch are white women. You know what I'm saying? And certain things they do, they could get away with, but we can't get away with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's going. Well, I could go deep into that. I think is that, because of slavery back in the day, it's just certain things we just can't do like what they do. You know what I mean? And
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I guess it's just something like, I don't know. It's a lot of things, like, I think back in, like, our history as blacks in America does play in today's, like, society. So, um, yeah, that's what, my intake of it. But yeah, I
Okay.
still don't know why.
Okay. Candy.
I'm clueless to it as well. I mean, because we're not just looking at the gaming community. I mean, it's so many different areas
Hmm.
that black women are still lacking and still trying to push through barriers. I mean, when you think about, acting and looking at, the music industry,
Hmm.
and the ones that are on top and that have been able to cross over, the quote unquote crossing over into different, cultures, it's still a few of them,
Hmm.
or whatever. But also looking at the fact that women, period, are beginning to really be a part of gaming characters and not being the damsel in the stress all the time. That's one thing that gets me is we always, it's like, oh, the damsel in distress.
We always the need to. We always have to be saved,
Yeah,
or uh huh.
yeah.
Okay.
But it there is a change. I just haven't seen where the black woman has been the change yet. When I think about, like, Peach versus Laura Croft, there's a difference between those two, or whatever. But I haven't really seen that black woman, that's like been blossom and bloom, and it's a lot of them. You know what I mean?
I remember when we went to PAX East, and I know that that's just a smaller segment of the gaming community. That's not representative of the entire gaming community. But that was one of the things that we noticed, Candyman, because we kind of was,
Yes.
saying it to each other. We were like, where are all the other black women
Yes.
gamers? I mean, I know they're out there. So I'm like,
Yeah.
well, where are they? Like, they were very few the entire 2 or 3 days that we walked around. There this wasn't a lot. And so I don't know if it's the representation in video gaming itself, or does that play a part of it? I don't know, but I'm gonna try to screen share something, ladies. I want you to let me know. I'm gonna screen share this and let me know if you all can see this. But and I don't know if you can see. Okay,
Yes.
I don't know. Can you see the headline? Can you guys ladies see the
Yeah.
headline? Okay. Okay. This is an article that I found maybe a few months ago, and it talked about, in this article, talks about, there at the time that it was written, and this was June 5th of 2015, that there were only 14 black female playable characters up until that point. Okay.
Hmm.
And so when I saw that article, and I'm going to go ahead and stop your screen sharing. But when I saw that, started thinking to myself, okay, well, only 14 black female protagonists, I'm sorry, 14 black playable female characters. But of those playable, there were only 5 that were actually lead characters. That means they weren't part of a group. Let's say like
Right.
Rochelle in Left 4 Dead. You know what I mean? I know we can. I mean, can you name how many black female protagonists right now in gaming? I mean, for me, I immediately thought of Evie Fry from Assassin's Creed. But Miss HalosSiren, I mean, how many can you name that's actually been the protagonist, the lead character in a video game?
Damn, Victor. Honestly, the only one that I can think of was the one you just shown, Sheva from Resident Evil 5, because I used to play her all the time. And that was the reason why. She was character of color, and she was available for main play, and so I would play her. Oh, and then there was the one from Dead Island. What was her name?
Mm.
I can't remember her name though.
Is that from Dead Island?
Dead Island. Yeah, she was. What was the lady from?
Was that the first one?
Yeah, it was in the. She was in the first one and the second one, and then there was Rochelle from
From Left 4
Left.
Dead. Yeah, yeah.
That,
What about
like,
her? Okay, so I didn't play Dead Island. I didn't play Dead Island 1. But I think a little bit of 2, I think. Yeah. But there aren't that many. I mean, in this article, and I'm gonna go through this article. I don't know if any of you are familiar with any of these, but let's see. The article names the 14. I'm not gonna name all of them, but yeah, it was Shiva or Shep. Is it Shiva? Shiva Olamar, if
Oh
I'm saying
yeah.
that correctly, from Resident Evil 5. There's Shinobu in No More Heroes 2, and Dead Island. Her name was Perna. Is it Perna
her.
that you're talking about? Perna. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was Perna. Okay. And then there was Aveline in the Assassin's Creed 3, the Liberation. Okay, and I'm not going to name everybody, but this is just a few names out there. But my thing is, what is it that we should we say to the publishers or developers? I mean, should we say or demand that there's adequate representation? Now, mind you, honestly, as far as black males, I don't think there's a whole lot of representation of black males either.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I can think of a Crisis. I mean, I don't know if it's it anymore, but I can't name that many off my head either that the black men have had as lead protagonists either. So it's not
I know
surprising.
Hmm.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Captain Locke. Oh my God, he is so scrumptious. Anyway, Captain Locke off in Halo.
Girl, you know that man. Go ahead and say that man was fine. Go ahead and say it. Yeah, yeah.
But
Okay,
like he's one of the first that I've seen in a long time when it comes to black males.
yeah. Well,
Well, I might have an idea why it's not that many, main characters or like of color because you have to see who's developing. You know what I'm saying? You got to see who's programming these games, who's doing the graphic design. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at that race who are developing this game because that shows a lot who are building these games. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I used to work for Activision, and it was not that many black people there. Definitely, it was not that many black women. It was on maybe like 5 of us, okay, in one department. So, and majority of the gaming industry is mostly white males. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know because they don't have a good understanding with us. I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But that's my intake. I think that's why it's not that many, people of color, not just like, African Americans, but like to say, Mexican American, Asian American, or whatever. Like it's not that many of them either. But I understand. But my experience is working with Activision. It showed me that I could just tell, like, I understand why it's not that many people of color being main characters because people of color is not that a lot of them that are developing. You see what I'm saying?
right.
Same thing when I say with my field, because like keeping 100, the science majors like math and computer science and all that, it's hard. It is really hard. These subjects are hard and definitely for us for people of color, like when they do get into the subject, a lot of them just quit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And a lot of them don't understand. Like if you keep going, you when you get your education, definitely for us as a people, it's not about us no more. You know what I'm saying? We
Right,
have to do it for the rest of us. That's why I'm
right.
so determined. That's why I'm so on my grind with this. You know what I'm saying? I remember my Apple development class. I was the only black and I was the only female in there. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
And one thing too, the guys trying to intimidate me think they try to, but a lot of them don't know I have a programming background. I got an A in that class. Okay,
You
a
go,
lot of,
girl.
and all I'm saying, a lot of them were struggling programming. Okay, I made a simple app that only took me like a few days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, I tell them that they come at me crazy. They say no, because I know I have to go hard because I'm a woman of color. Period.
Right.
That's what I
Mm.
mentioned, earlier about historically, we just have to go harder. That's just how it goes. Period.
Yeah.
We gotta live. We gotta, strategize different from the other folks, and that's just point blank. Period.
Do you
So,
think, do you ladies think that perhaps, and, because I often hear that, companies at the end of the day, it's all about, the dollar bill, the money, the green, and making money. So do we feel like if if a publisher were to put a black woman's face on the cover of a video game and market this game with her as the lead character, the protagonist, is there something in their thinking that says, I don't know if this game is going to sell. I don't know if this game is going to be received, or bottom line, if it's going to sell. And Red, you have rejoined us. Can you hear me?
Yeah, just turn my mic back on. Yeah, can y'all hear
Yeah.
me?
Yeah,
yes,
we can
Um,
hear
ma'am.
you. Welcome back, girl.
yeah,
Uh, and I don't know if did you hear the last
yeah, I
question?
heard.
Yeah,
Yeah, I heard
yeah.
it. When it comes to that whole situation, there's always a catch-22, which is sad, because of they'll make an excuse saying, well, studies say that males are going to respond to this certain type of thing. We've seen this with Bioshock Infinite. The Last of Us faced it, even with having Ellie on the cover, and also the whole situation with Lion Gate, I believe. Uh,
Hmm.
Not
Yeah.
Lion Gate, I forgot the name of it, but the whole what was it? Fable, the whole
Lionhead.
Fable.
You mean
Lionhead.
Lionhead?
I
Lionhead.
said
Yeah,
Lion. I said
Lionhead.
Lion Gate,
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
movie
That's all right.
company.
Yeah.
But
Lionhead. I got you.
Lionhead
Uh huh.
were. But there's a couple of games out that we've seen that had black female protagonists on the cover. Like recently, there's a game that's going to be from Sony called um, I just played it. It's a horror VR game. It's Let It Die or something until you find. I forgot what it's called, but the woman it's a black woman on the cover of it in a yellow dress. But I think there's some BS going on when there's excuses saying that, oh, we're trying to market to young males, or we're trying to do this, and we don't
Mhm.
think females are going to pick it. Females make up half of video game players, and I'm not talking about playing Candy Crush and all other stupidness.
Yeah.
Like,
Hmm.
like there was tons of females at E3. There was tons, of women at PAX. I see them all the time. I seen more black women at E3 this year than I ever seen before, which I was so happy
Oh, well,
Oh
to
that's
see.
good.
wow.
Yay. Yay.
So I think it's bullshit. So other than that,
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm glad that Miss TechNotFancy is in programming and trying to develop or anything, just getting more people of color in the STEM program and find out more information about it. The more we're in it, the more faces you see. There should be no excuses. So it's like we have to work
Mm-hmm.
harder when it comes to that. That's why I'm so happy and proud that I'm able to represent and do what I need to do. That's why I heard somebody said earlier, that's why they grind so hard. But same with myself as well. Uh-oh, they go to New York, Mr. Softy.
Hey,
That's the bootleg way. Hold up. Let's away from this. That's the bootleg, Mr. Softy. We gotta hurry up and leave. But yeah, man, I had full summertime NYC right now.
Oh my gosh, that's
We
awesome.
just
I
missing
love it, girl.
some
I love
gunshots. We don't
it.
need to hear that.
Uh
Oh damn! I just got sprinkled on by water. But other than that,
oh.
um, I'm sorry. This is the Vicious Array. But I didn't even know the sprinkler was there. But no, it's just that we have to just show our face more. I'm glad that we're doing this podcast right now. A lot of times when it comes to women and gaming, and women in general in different industries, they feel they have to be territorial or think they have to be better than the other and try to fight instead of supporting one another. And I
Yes.
especially love when I see women of color come together and with unity and try to help one another. Like, I'm always down to support and
Yeah.
answer questions, help in any type of way I can. So,
I'm so glad you said that about supporting, far as women, because I've been in parties online, gaming online, and I come in with another female, and I guess she feels territorial, and then she automatically has an attitude with me, won't talk to me, or is very
I've been through
sharp
that.
with me. Yes, and I'm like, girlfriend, we're gaming, we're on the same team, okay? There's no reason to have this. You beefing with me, and we're on the same team. I mean, what?
Oh, she
Because we,
bad. Oh,
yeah.
girl, she just need to get her life together because it ain't that serious to get all in
I've
attitude
been through
about
that
no
plenty of
game. You
times. I
better
had this
chill
one
out.
girl that we was in a party and she was like, "Oh, you gonna make sure if you're gonna start your YouTube channel, you gonna have to you gonna what she say? You gonna have to come correct." I was like, first of all, who are
What?
you? Number one, you're obviously nobody trying to be somebody,
Oh, get her.
and you haven't even showed your watch out for the. You haven't even showed your face yet on YouTube.
Uh,
So what are you
Oh
talking
wow.
about? You are not identified at this moment.
Oh wow.
So I'm gonna need you to go. I need you to shut your face and move along.
Oh
I
my
just don't
God.
like that. That's just so stupid that a lot of women do that foolishness. And it's like, stop.
Yes.
And that's a hang up I think that we definitely have. We do. We are extremely territorial. We are easily jealous of one another. And sometimes we don't come together. We don't really know how to work together. And so yes, this podcast is us coming together is one of the reasons why I really wanted to do this, because I kind of felt like there was something missing when I came on YouTube. I'm like, where are the women? Where are the female gamers that I can talk with and chat with, that kind of maybe think the way, not necessarily I do, but we can kind of have a commonality in gaming and don't feel threatened. If any of you know me, I would support anybody's podcast, YouTube channel, Twitch. I tweet, I retweet, I'll support, I come in, I don't care, I don't feel threatened. You know what I mean? I'm
Right.
I'm doing what I do, but hey, I mean, I'm happy in my life and what I'm doing, but I'll help you do what you're
Right.
doing. And if I wish, kind of feel like more of us was like that. But Miss HalosSiren, I'm gonna get you to, if I can get you to jump in here right quick, and if let me ask you this: if you had the opportunity, can you hear me, Miss HalosSiren?
Hello.
Make sure. Yeah. Okay. All right. If you had the opportunity to sit down with, let's say, the Ubisofts, Activision, Sony, Microsoft, EA, Square Enix, and tell them what you would like to see as far as minorities and women in gaming, what would you say to them?
I would like to see a portrayal of a more positive light. Like most games where I see minorities as, the population, they tend to be like in a bad light, like, very poor countries, and everybody is, hurting each other, or stealing from each other or something like that. I like to see everything in a more positive light, and a lot more playable poet characters. I mean that's basically all I want to see. Just to be able to. I mean, if you're not gonna have them as main characters, being able to customize them would be better too. Being able to customize your main characters and
Yeah. Well, that's another thing. When I am playing games and I'm forced to play with a male, because the male, that's the only character, for instance, like Mad Max. And it's not that I don't mind playing, a male character. It's just that when I have the option to play as a female, I do feel like I feel a little bit more connected to the game. I feel more, I guess I bond more with the character, because I can identify with, I'm a woman, and I can identify with that. I'm not saying it takes anything away, but it'll add to it for me. So having like you say, those type of options, even characterization. I mean, is or customization, I should say, is I think does help. Does help. And so before we kind of move on to our final, well, not final topic, but let me ask you this about as far as black females, stereotypes. Are there stereotypes that black women have that perhaps hinder representation in gaming or proper representation? Do you feel like there are, or and anybody, I mean, you ladies can just kind of chime in.
I think people only have the stereotype with black women in society. Period. I don't think it really applies to gaming, but when somebody does, encounter me or another woman of color gaming online, I think they just have that regular stereotype. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why the name calling would like come into play, calling you Shaquana and you watermelon and all that, crazy. I'm telling. This one dude really like was trying to go in on me, but I told him, I said, "You probably be surprised if you looked at me." You know what I'm saying? You probably wouldn't say none of that in my face, first of all. You know what I mean? But that's another topic. But I'm just saying. But I just think that I think being a black female gamer, I don't think we have a stereotype. I think just in society, period, we do have a stereotype. I think that's why when when I'm gonna say white male gamers, because that's the ones I encounter that that want to call me all those names or whatever, because when I play with the brothers, like I don't have this problem. You know what I'm saying? I never been called a bitch by a brother. I never been called like nigga by a brother. You know what I'm saying? It is like
Right.
I like the brothers, they show when they hear me, they think, okay, as a sister in here, we kind of have that connection already. You know what I'm saying? Like this, you like, okay, it's my fellow black person, it's my fellow black woman, my fellow black man type of attitude. You know what I'm saying? I get a lot of love from the brothers, but the only time I get the negativity from male gamers are the white gamers. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think the stereotype is just for black women. Period. This, that's the thing. That's I think that's separate from being a black female gamer. I think it's, in my opinion, I never heard of a black female stereotype. You know what I mean? Female
Okay.
gamers on Twitch, yeah, but not black females.
Okay. Okay. Well, let me be a little more clearer. Do you think the stereotypes that black females have, could that possibly be why we don't see the proper representation in gaming? Is what I'm saying. Like for those that make games, do they have certain stereotypes or images of us that would prevent them from wanting to put us on the cover of a video game or make us the lead character?
I think so. Just like in movies, you know what I'm saying? I think they say when they're making a movie, definitely like a black movie, not a black movie, but like certain movies, they don't want certain black women to be, because like definitely like the darker skinned sisters, because they give the darker skinned sisters a different stereotype. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I really think that does come into play. Like since this is stereotype of say being ghetto or being too strong or whatever. Like I think I think
aggressive, or antagonistic,
are always angry or whatever. And I think that a lot of the developers don't want to have, they think that that's going to affect sales. You know what I'm saying? Just like what was a Liongate with the black
Lionhead.
Lionhead, thank you.
So you acting like me now.
What is this? We got with Liongate.
I don't know. I guess because it's a movie and I don't know the movie studio, but
the movie studio. That's what makes you think like, okay, it's a studio. I'm thinking about they're both studios. Am I right?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I think like it will hurt sales. You know what I'm saying? Like, because majority of the consumers are white males, and I think that I don't know.
I don't think it's not that it'll hurt sales. Like, it's just they have bad research.
Yeah.
They only pull a certain amount of research because they think that we don't exist in gaming, period. I'm talking about black people as a whole. We've been gaming for years. I mean, if it wasn't for a black man, we wouldn't have a console game and a cartridge or anything like that to
Mhm.
play on if it wasn't for
Drop that
a black
knowledge,
man.
girl. Drop that
So
knowledge.
it's not too much that it will hurt sales. There's been black females in games. We had Assassin's Creed Liberation, which was very successful,
Mhm.
but I seen that they was playing it safe by making it just a Vita title instead
Mhm.
of making it that she was on one of the consoles to be a AAA title. You had
Right.
well, another thing, Assassin's Creed. What was it? Freedom Cried, another
Oh.
Assassin's Creed game. That was a DLC, and that was successful as well.
Mhm.
So I don't think too much it'll hurt sales. The main thing is how they will go about with the game. Oh, here we got a hoopty making. God damn.
See,
Got a hoop. I'm in Brooklyn right now, but no, but
Brooklyn, Brooklyn.
I don't think it'll hurt sales. I just think that there has to be a game that people would enjoy and love, and that they need to
Mhm.
take the risk. I'm so happy that EA and Dice Games made that a black male is on the cover of Battlefield 1.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah.
Also,
um,
2K with Mafia 3, since we have a
oh yeah, Mafia
Oh
yeah,
3.
yeah.
and one
Yeah.
Also
one
with
Yeah.
thing
Watch
too.
Dogs too.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yes,
Mm-mm.
yes,
but the
yes.
thing
Oh
is,
yes, I forgot. I
we
forgot
need
about
more
that.
women now. We need women now, and it's always like, uh, there's always steps to it and levels to it that they'll first try out with males first because, of course, they think, it is a male-dominating industry, yes, of all different ethnicities that play games, but a lot of times they just try to do it in steps. They just need to come out with a really cool game. To me, they miss mark, which I got really upset when Guerrilla Games first showed Horizon, and he's
Mhm.
showing a white female with braids and dreads in her hair. And then
Yes,
I'm
like,
saying, I
like
still
what the
haven't
hell?
spoken to Guerrilla Games. I thought they was going to be at the event that I went
I
to
know
a
what
couple
they
of days
was
ago,
on her
Uh
because I
huh.
head.
really wanted to ask this question. I know I know it would go viral. I'm like, so I want to ask them, what was y'all thinking that y'all have most of y'all characters in the game? They all look white
They
and
are
they
white
have braids and dreads. Like, so you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna give them ethnic hairstyles, but you're not gonna put any type of melanin on any of the
And
characters. Like, what was that? Like, I'll be the one to ask the question.
yeah.
Like, so
girls. I saw that. I'm thinking like,
that's my job.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like,
But
y'all
yeah, I had a
gonna put
problem
no
with that.
dreads on her head. I'm like, so y'all gonna put dreads on her head, but you can't put no black woman in there? Like,
Somebody, she could have been Indian. She could have been
Yes.
yeah,
South Asian. She could have been anything. Like, so we
I'm
just gonna
always
make
something.
some
Like,
like. Yeah, I was kind of thrown off with that one, but I think they missed it. They could have had a chance with that because people play, especially nowadays with the install of the PS4. A lot of people are
Mm-hmm.
damn near purchasing all of PlayStation exclusives. Like
mhm.
all the
Yeah.
exclusives are getting good sales, so that
Mm-hmm.
could have been an entry to do it that way as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. This good. Uh, last topic, ladies. All right. This is a good one. All right. Get ready for this one. Are male gamers just naturally better at video gaming? Now, now, let me say this. I saw there's a show called What Would You Do? And I think I saw this like a week or two ago. And what they do is they set up scenarios, and they're fake scenarios, and then they put up cameras and they watch people, behavior and see how they respond to a fake scenario or whatever. They put people in situations and just kind of see how you respond. Well, they were in a video gaming store, and I would assume it was a GameStop. And they had this female in the line purchasing a game, and they had guys were coming up to her saying, "Well, what are what are you in line for? You can't game. Women can't game. Females can't game. Girls aren't good gamers." And they were kind of harassing her because she was a female gamer, and they were saying that her skill level in gaming wasn't on par with males, and so they other people that were around them, they wanted to see how they responded to them. And so most people stuck up for her. So, my question to you ladies is, is that sort of like an unspoken rule? And I'm going to ask over with you, Miss HalosSiren. Do you feel like there's like this unspoken rule that males are just better at video gaming than females?
I think they have that misconception. I don't think it's
There you go. There you go.
but I've actually had that same experience where people tell me I can't game when I'm in buy a game or something, and I just tell them play me and let's see if I can game.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. And what about you, KandiLand?
Well, I've been in situations where I've been playing a game, and once the guys find out that I'm a girl,
Mm-hmm.
they're like, "Wait a minute, that sounds like a girl," and she just beat us. Or I've been in a game where I'm like the sniper or whatever, and I'm just picking people off in the background, and they
Mm-hmm.
found out I'm the girl, and I done helped everybody out and the whole team. They're like,
Mm-hmm.
"That's a girl. What? Girl, you doing your thing. How you learn how to play like that?"
Mm-hmm.
Or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But I'm like, I'm just a gamer, just like you are.
But that's why I don't get why is it such a surprise? Like why is it surprising that a
Because
female
they just think that we're supposed to, for years on different stuff, they just think that we're supposed to do domestic type things.
Yeah.
That we're supposed to be. I don't know. I've never been really girly, but like I'm feminine, but I've never been like
yeah,
ultra. I get my hair done, my eyebrows all and stuff. But I'm just saying,
yeah, I'm glad you fixed that one up,
no,
girl. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. But no, I just think that they just want us to think that we're supposed to be in certain things and not into science and technology and things of that nature. Actually, women were the first programmers. Um,
You better.
but
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, like they just think we're not supposed to be into that. I really would love to see some hardcore research if someone would research on, because I know certain genres, women are better than males in, and vice versa. But a
Yeah.
lot of times, um, there'll be more dedication to a game um, that a male might put in versus a woman. And the reason why is, for example, when I was little, there was a lot of little girls that I knew that played video games, but they stopped. And there was research that showed that a lot of girls would be involved in video games or want to be into science or programming or anything like that. And then
Mhm.
by the time they reach middle school, they stop. The reason why is because they get bullied on the reason why they want to be into something like that, or
Mhm.
you shouldn't play a game, video games, because video games ain't for girls. Just like like I used to play sports, and I used to get told that all the time. You can't play basketball. You don't look like you play basketball, and all. And then they get crossed over. Like, just no, but that's the reason why is a lot of girls get deterred at a certain age, and they have research and seen that it was like middle school when the girls just stop and they'll go into something that would be more according to society on what they should be in. So, uh, like I say, have that tough skin, and more women need to teach younger women and girls to have the tough skin. So, and show it by sticking together and having unity.
And what I try to understand is what are we judging these abilities as far as who's better at video gaming? Are we scoring what controller reflexes, physical strength, holding
I
the
know, like,
controller,
how does your
reaction
gender
time? Yes,
determine the button?
I, yeah,
Well, my
that's
two
what.
X chromosomes can't touch the X button.
Exactly. That's exactly it. It's like I don't know, and what trips me out at times when I hear things like, yeah, she's a female gamer, but she's a beast or she's a badass. It's like they make that distinction if when you are a female gamer, and if you're good, they make sure to say she's a beast or she's a badass though. Like that has to be added to it. So I'm like, what do you just assume that I'm not good or what? So I think that's something that we take notice of, and I think if all gamers, all of us, just kind of take notice of things that are being said. And my thing is just ask yourself, why do you say that, or why do you think that?
That is
at the
true.
end of the day, yeah. But
I
lady,
think it's going to change soon, though.
yeah, I think we are on
More is expressing it. Like I'm loving it. A long time ago, I used to feel alone. It's like, yeah, I'm the only one. Like, but I love that. Even if women are, and it's another thing too. Even if some women who are new to gaming, we shouldn't be bashing them unless they're saying something that they should not be saying or shouldn't be in a conversation that shouldn't be in. Mm-hmm. But other than that, we should welcome them in, teach, help them. And saying, because there's a lot of males, whether it's YouTube or whatever, they'll be in these conversations. And I'm like, dude, you started on Modern Warfare 2 with gaming. Like, why are you in this conversation? I know your business. That's another thing, too. But I think the more women show their passion for it, then and speak up. We should not have feminism frequency or whatever the hell it's called being the voice of women gamers.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Girl, you know what? That's a whole nother podcast. We gotta do this again. Just on that.
That is not gaming feminism. Like feminism period is not about bashing males and all these stupid talking about, because Tracer's he better slow down. I'm trying to cross the street, my bad. But other than that, like Tracer's butt being shown, so what? What's wrong with her having a butt? She can't have a butt no more. It's just like the problem that I've seen with Uncharted 4, and Heartache Times had pointed out. And I was like, you know what, you're right. Most of the females in the game look damn near manly, and even in like their whole physique and figure is not feminine at all. I remember Chloe used to have one of the baddest shapes. And she damn near look. Messing up the podcast. Look.
The dog pound.
Nosy dog. Well, other than that, it's like, because then you have these male developers falling into what these wannabe feminists are saying. Because I think Neil Druckmann had fell to his knees on that. And that's why he why he influenced his team to make the women in that game not look as feminine enough. I'm like, isn't this backwards? It's like, if the women don't look like women, then what was the point?
Right.
Like,
right.
Like, I love my figure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I would want that to be represented. Like, what's wrong with Laura Croft having an ass? I have an ass. Why can't Laura Croft have an ass? It's like, what is wrong with that? We have some women that just complain about the dumbest things. It's annoying. That's why I say when there's always BS, try to counter the BS with the truth and it's real. Because it's getting kind of stupid out here. But we just have to make our voice amplify more over the foolishness.
Yeah, and listen, I've even seen females on Twitter upset that a male, complimented them, told them that they were beautiful, they were pretty. Okay, some of these
something wrong with her because
raised right, yo.
Yes,
I love that compliment.
But I think,
like, can you be thirsty?
Compliment me, and I think there's a difference between harassing someone and someone complimenting you. You know what I mean? We know the difference. Come on, ladies, we know when there's a difference. If a gentleman is just saying, "Nice, you look nice, you're beautiful, you're pretty," there's nothing. I'm not offended by that. Please compliment me, especially me being, I'm a mature woman. I love it. Bring it on.
Yeah.
So I just think sometimes we do put we put men
This
and
society's effed up.
society in a strange place where they don't know what to do with us. You know what I mean? Like, okay,
Yeah.
if I do this, you're offended. If I say this, you're offended. If I
Yep.
you know what I mean? So what the heck do I do now? You know, I'm just opening up the door. Don't open it up the door for me. I'm a
That
woman.
is
I
true.
can open up myself. What? You
Well,
know
open
what
the door
I
for me.
mean?
I'm gonna open the door for me.
Thank
Just
you.
like
I
that
know.
stupid video that went viral. It was
Which
this
one?
dude's just, it was this girl walking and saying to being harassed. It was just a whole bunch of dudes just complimenting her, just saying, hi, how you doing? How's your day? I didn't say I want to take you out or can I smash you? All I said was, hi, hi. You know, like that's what the dudes, I feel is just so messed up. That's why whenever someone, I mean, I was raised correctly. Someone
Yeah.
says hi, you say hi.
Mm-hmm.
If someone gives you a compliment,
Yes.
you say thank you. If someone opens the
Yes.
door, thank you very much. You have a good day as well. If someone say God bless you, you know, God bless you as well. I hope you have a great day. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Now, if you
Yeah.
following me for 2 blocks, listen, I told you I'm taking already.
Right. Right.
It's like
That's
I
far.
understand you. I'm like I understand you determined, my brother, but I'm gonna need you to stop right now because now it's
Right.
going. You know,
Right.
but there's ways of handling things.
Mhm.
Right.
You know, treat people
Exactly.
with respect. You get respect back. Like,
That's right. That's it. That's what it's all about. All
Yeah.
right. Well, you know what, ladies? This has been good. This has really, really been good. It really has, and I really, really, really do appreciate you ladies coming by tonight and us having this discussion. And I think we put a lot of things out there that a lot of women, you know, and black women, white women, you know, Hispanic women, Asian women, all women can relate to, you know, and feel. So I think that's a good thing. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up, but I want everybody, if there's something that you're doing, a particular project, event that you're working on or something, you know, if it's something you want to put out there for everybody to see, go ahead, and then we can just end it with just kind of tell us what you're playing. Right now, I'm playing Uncharted 4, and I'm playing on crushing mode, and it's driving me insane. But I'm determined, and someone has told me there are like 3 particular areas in this game that is probably going to have me rage and rage and rage because, you know, playing on crushing mode, there's issues with, you know, with just having, I'm sorry, just making sure that you have enough ammo, and that's where the challenge comes in on crushing mode. So I'm just doing my best to maintain my sanity and not drop to the hard mode while I try to get through Uncharted 4. So that's where I am. And Miss Halo Siren, are you still with us?
I am. I'm
Oh,
currently playing, of course, Overwatch.
okay.
Things I have coming up. I'll be going to BlizzCon and PAX South here over the next
Okay.
month. So I hope to see some of you guys there, at least at one.
Okay. Okay, cool. Okay.
Sweet.
Okay. And Miss Tech Fancy, anything you want to put out there?
Um, well, I'm playing Wolfenstein right now because I got it for like $15 from the Xbox Live sale. I actually got Halo 5, Gears Ultimate, Ori and the Blind Forest, and Wolfenstein for like $80.
Oh,
Oh,
wow. That's a steal,
Yeah,
girl.
yeah, I was on it. So I'm like, okay. And plus, since I changed my whole working situation, now I have a little bit more time to study and play more games now. So I'm pretty, and still make better money too with my other gigs. So I'm really like, I'm getting everything together. But yeah, I'm playing Wolfenstein. I have it not on the hardest difficulty, but the second to the hardest.
Okay.
And yeah, I like it. I really do like it. I saw reviews on it, like when it first came out. People didn't weren't like really feeling it like that, but I like it. So that's what I'm playing right now. So I'm trying. Hopefully, I could beat it because my backlog looks so
Oh my
horrible.
God.
Like
My
I have,
backlog.
I have games I haven't opened yet. It's games I forgot
you
because I
don't
have
gotta tell me.
man, like, my memory is so bad. I
I'm
be forgetting
right
I
there
have
with you.
games. I'm like, dang, I bought this. I was like, when I buy this? I'm like,
Yes.
shoot. Like, but yeah, but that's right. I'm playing Wolfenstein, which I think, that $15 is worth the money.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have to check that out. Add that to my backlog list.
Mm.
Which is growing by the, oh my God, the miles, I should say. All right. And Miss Candy.
Well, as I told y'all before, I am replaying Watch Dogs. I played it
Okay.
on the PlayStation. Now I'm playing it on the Xbox.
Okay. Double dipping, huh?
Yes,
Ain't
yes.
nothing wrong with it, girl.
It's
Yeah.
so crazy because I'm in my bedroom playing Watch Dogs on the Xbox One, and my son is in the living room playing Watch Dogs on the PlayStation 3.
Okay.
All over the house.
Yeah. All right. Happy gaming family.
Yes.
That's cool. All right. Cool. And Red, Infamy, anything you want to put out there for us or tell us what you playing?
Well, yeah, soon I'm gonna be creating a really cool project that I can't wait to announce soon
Okay.
for the geek culture as entirely, and it's pretty much going to showcase people of color and geek culture as a whole,
Okay.
with features and knowledge and stuff like that, and featurettes. So I can't wait to announce that soon.
All
This
right.
is like the first time me kind of announcing it publicly on this podcast. But as far as gaming, I've been so busy lately with damn it. So with various things. I'm sorry, y'all. This is New York right now, okay? But I just been busy with so much, various things, which has all been a blessing. But so when I do get a chance to play, now that I have a Vita, I've been playing Raymond's Origins, and then I'm gonna play Child of Light. And I have a backlog. I even made a series on my YouTube on the backlog that I have, and I even backlogged that series. Like so, like
I
true
hear
story.
you.
Like, it's been too much. It's all good, but y'all will see everything soon.
Oh my gosh.
But
Yeah. Okay.
but yeah, that's what I've been playing lately is those two things, and Pokemon Go. I've been trying to catch
Yo,
up on this.
oh
Right.
my God, yo, you got the Pokemon Go fever.
Yo, it's
Yeah.
because in New York City, it's just so many like places you could go to, and
Yo,
it's just
LA,
crazy.
Yes,
LA
at
is
the
like
mall. Oh,
everywhere. Because
oh my
LA is bigger,
gosh.
but we have more land than everybody else. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like I'm even certain parts of LA, like we have like small cities, like like Culver City, Inglewood. The Valley. It's just like people are everywhere, and this is like late at night. You know what I mean? So,
Mhm.
and I'm thinking,
Oh,
people
I'm
like
telling
LA.
y'all, Central Park has been lit for ever since it's come out.
And that city never sleeps. New York never sleeps.
Never sleeps.
So out here in LA to see a lot of people, that's
My
kind of
black ass not gonna be
Yeah.
in Central
Yep.
Park after
I was about to say, y'all heard about people's phones getting stolen?
to get stolen. I'm not trying to
Yes,
get.
people get caught
I was like,
cheating.
word.
People get
You
caught
can take my phone. I want my life.
Yeah.
I want
Hey,
my life, and I don't want to be violated in any
I
type of
know
way.
it's
I want my
for real,
womanhood.
girl.
Like,
Pokemon Go
Exactly.
been ruining some people's lives. This one guy got caught
Yes.
cheating. 'Cause I think his girlfriend found out he caught a Pokemon I think at his ex fiance's house. 'Cause I think his phone just
Oh
yes, it's just messy. His whole life is
Wait,
just messy.
wait
And
a
I'm like,
minute. Wait
yeah,
a
it's an
minute.
article I
hold
read
up. How
about
did
it.
she do this calm in San Diego, Mr. Gadget, detective Batman ass work that he caught a Pokemon? How you find out when you? It shows the
His
GPS.
ex-fiance how I think it showed the address or something because she went through his phone, went through the app, and she saw the
oh
address
my
and she knew
goodness.
who that
Uh
address
oh.
was.
Uh
He got
oh.
caught cheating.
Damn, she better than Batman.
Hey,
Damn.
he got caught up.
They need to hire her ass to find all these
Hey,
missing ass people.
it's awful. I'm telling you.
The FBI need
Oh
to
my
holler.
gosh. Oh my gosh. But you know what? You can rack up on that retarder candy. Go to the mall. I'm telling you. I mean, we racked up over the weekend at the mall. So I'm like, I'm not spending my time searching for no Pokemons around my house and neighbors. Just go to the
I need to
mall.
go to Times
Everything is in the
Square.
mall. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's funny, ladies. That is so, so funny. Well,
Yes.
look, this has been good. This has been so good. Thank you again for coming by, ladies. I really appreciate you sacrificing your time. I know you got school and work and jobs and family and kids for some of us and all that good stuff. So I really do appreciate you taking the time. And I'll tell you, we're going to have to do this again. I mean, not no time soon, but down the road, we're going to have to do this again, ladies, because this was good. And
Oh yeah,
for
no doubt.
yes, and everybody listening, please make sure you like, subscribe to their channels. I have put their Twitter, Twitch channels, and YouTube channels. Please support these ladies. Happy gamers, all that good stuff. This is MamaCita with Into the Gals Room, and we are out. Peace.
Thank you guys.
Peace.